let's make some sprouts. I'm sure everybody's seen sprouts, had them in salads in restaurants or whatnot. They're very easy to make at home. They just are. So this is a batch of broccoli sprouts that that are all done. We've been keeping this in the fridge now. So it's time to make another batch. And these were the broccoli seeds. You can see that they're really tiny. These are radish seeds, and they're much bigger. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of radish seeds in a quart jar, and it's important that the jar is wide mouth. So obviously, so you can get the sprouts out. And we have these lids. These are pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about them is they're plastic, but a small one so the seeds won't get out. And then once they sprout, you want the seeds to get out, so you can go to a bigger size. Once the sprouts are really big, you can put this one on and let all the seeds out. So for the first day, we are going to fill this about 1/3 of the way up with water, and we're going to let the seeds soak overnight. You want cold water, and there we go. Put the lid on, and that is everything for day 1. Right, it's our second day of our sprouts. They've been soaking in water for a day, and so we're just gonna pour that out. And you see with this lid, the seeds don't come out. Cold water, and we're just gonna rinse them, and then we're going to put them somewhere where they can drain. Now, if you, a bowl would work fine. This way it can still drain. This will actually leave a little puddle of water in the bottom, but it does pretty good. I built this little rack here so that it drains right into the sink. This is kind of handy. For a while when I was living in Hawaii, we'd keep 4 or 5 different kinds of sprouts going at once, and so we had all this room, and it was great. But you know, barring that, you can use a bowl or just find some way where you can keep this thing draining. And then we're going to rinse them twice a day now. We also didn't talk much about different kinds of sprout seeds. There's alfalfa, there's clover, we had the broccoli and the radish, and each one has a little bit different flavor. The radish has heat to it. It's a little bit spicy. And I was looking today, we get our sprout seeds usually at the local co-op. But I was looking on Amazon today, and they have just a whole bunch of different kinds of sprout seeds. And they all have different flavors, so you can figure out which ones you like the best and make your sprouts with those. Okay, it's day 3 with our sprouts, and I don't know if you can see this, but they're starting to sprout a little bit down in there. So today we're going to just rinse them twice. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And it's just that easy. That's all there is to it. And we'll rinse them again this afternoon, and they'll grow a little bit more by tomorrow. Day 3 with our sprouts. Time for another rinse. Now, if they start to clump together, they're not going to get water to them all the way into them, and you don't want that. So you got to break up the clump, and that's looking just fine. You see they're starting to grow a little more. We just rinse and drain. Do that twice today again. And we'll just keep our little sprouts growing. Okay, so day 4. Let's see what we're getting now. Add some water. They're growing right along. You know what I think we can do today is change the lid. Take this one off and go for a larger lid, which I was obviously prepared for. So now a few of these unsprouted hulls might come out of here. This one looks like it's still too small for these. The radish seeds are pretty large. So yep, nothing came out. We'll move to the bigger one very soon, but for now, that's that. We'll rinse them one more time today, and that'll be the end of day 4. All right, day 5. Let's see what we've got. Well, you can see there we're getting some greenery now. Let's we can get a little more aggressive with trying to get more of these hulls out because the sprouts are bigger. Radish sprouts are spicy. See if I can float any of these hulls out. Yeah, that's certainly working. Some of them just sink to the bottom though. And those, the only way to get those out is just to pull the sprouts off the top of it. But as you can see, these are almost ready to eat. A little concerned about that clump in there, so I'm gonna break it up just to make sure that they're getting rinsed all the way through, which that wasn't really that much of a clump, so we're okay. And we'll just keep rinsing these twice a day until we decide to eat them, and then that will be the end of their life. There you have it, day 5. All right, so this is going to be the last day for these sprouts. They look great. They're done. I'm going to rinse them one more time, let them drain, and then we'll put a different lid on here and put them in the fridge and start eating them. And in the meantime, I have my next batch ready to go. These are the broccoli seeds, 1 tablespoon of those. You can see in this jar, I could have used 2 tablespoons of these bigger seeds, and they would have fit just fine. But I didn't. So, this will be a small batch, but that way, you know, we won't waste any of them. We'll eat them all. So, thanks for watching 2 Cooks in the Kitchen, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy your sprouts.